closer to being the main connect.
There ain't gonna be no mistakes.
We got the feds in our pockets.
It's a setback.
Go after him.
I have a plan.
Egan will be a distant memory.
We're gonna push him right off that cliff.
We're gonna take it back. This is a dangerous life.
I will do anything to protect him.
Is everything ready?
Tommy Egan dies tomorrow.
Alright. What's up, ugly-ass niggas? This your boy J Miles. I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you think, but most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly-ass friends. On today's video, we will be dealing with episode 6 recap of Power Book 4 Force. And you know, if you've been rocking me for a while, you know how these recaps go. And for the newcomers, this is not like your typical recap. This is the last nigga recap. And we're gonna do it how we seen it up in here. But first and foremost, my deepest apologies for getting this out so late. My laptop is actually getting repaired right now, so I'm actually doing this shit on my phone, people. So it's a little more difficult for me, and it's also the reason why I haven't done a live in a few days. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do what we gotta do, right? So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get on into this thing. So we start the thing off. You got your girl Stacy Marks. She's in her desk and she's looking at a photo of Claudia, that Tommy and them Tommy and what's up? Shit, Shanti them fucked Claudia. Obviously, Tommy was the one who killed her, but you know, the fact that they put a rat right next to her and put it in plain sight so that they could be found, making it look like a cartel war. Your girl Stacy has no choice but to just let it go, even though she knows absolutely that Tommy is the one who actually did it. However, she has no choice at this point to just play ball. And of course, your ugly ass boy Stacy isn't looking too good when it comes to, you know, her campaign, and your ugly ass boy Bill Sang is loving it because he is ugly as hell working for the Marquez cartel. But next we go ahead and get to Maria and Tommy. So basically Maria looks like she's getting ready to prepare herself for wherever she was going. I can't remember, but you know, she's Tommy kind of could sense that something was off about her, but you know, she's playing it off and kind of was rushing out, so much so that she accidentally didn't realize that her phone fell out, her purse, pocket, or whatever fell out, and it's left between, you know, left between the couch. Next, we get to your boy Vic. They are now paying a visit to their old bar, the Irish bar that now these ugly ass albinos that have now took territory over since Tommy gave it to him. And Vic is like, and the albino ugly ass dude was like, Peter was like, what are your ugly ass doing here? And Vic was like, this is Flynn territory. Like, not anymore, ugly ass nigga. And basically he told him to run along, you know, because Tommy need his back massage. So basically he was disrespecting the hell out of the Vic. And you know, as they decided to go ahead and dip off, news got even worse because now his one of the Flynn homies, or whatever his last name is, showed Vic that now the news about Claudia has now, you know, been killed. And Vic, you know, he didn't show very much emotions, but you could tell that he absolutely didn't like it. Next, we get to your boy Tommy and Diamond, and now they're at the table, and of course they're dealing with all these guns that they got from the ugly yardies. So Diamond's plan initially was to pass it out to the rest of the members of the coalition, and Tommy was like, no, we should use this as leverage to gain the upper hand on another one of Miguel's people to, you know, basically lure them into their side. So he grabbed some of the weapons and And, Diamond kind of gave him some pushback, but basically, Tommy was talking pretty crazy, saying that, basically this is, if y'all got this is for the coalition, and I am the coalition. So pretty much he's getting pretty cocky. You can tell Diamond is going more and more, growing more and more impatient with, Tommy and how he is dealing with things, and kind of making it seem like, he's the leader and the rest of them. Like, basically Tommy was like, I'm David Ruffin and y'all the Temptations. So he said. So, Diamond is starting to get absolutely fed up with that. But next you get Tommy, he's talking to the ugly ass dude that he was planning on pitching the guns to, and basically struck a deal with him that, if you come on to their side, you won't have any drought that he was facing with dealing with Miguel. Plus, he would offer him the guns that they had, from the Yardies. Next, you get to your boy Bobby DeFranco and some new ugly ass cop. He ugly as hell too. He one of them ugly ass cops that's, that actually, try to rough people up and do extra shit that's showing that he ugly. But basically, they was looking at the photos of the Yardies and how they've been taken out, and they were thinking initially that this was a cartel hit because of how badly they were shot up. But we all know that actually this was done by, CBI, but they thought it was the cartel due to, and that's retaliation because of, Roberto's uncle being thrown off a rooftop and being killed, and they thought that was retaliation. But anyways, next we get to this next little hoochie. I don't know her name. Y'all know me. She ain't been on the show long enough yet. I don't know her name. But anyways, that little hoochie, she's basically there in place of that other little chunky hoochie. I forgot her name too. She don't matter either, so y'all gonna tell me what it is. And but basically, she was curious of whether or not Tommy was involved, and of course, Stacy, now on Tommy's payroll, wants to steer them into a different direction, and she is saying by the way Claudia was done, and of course the rat being placed next to it, that this looked more like the cartel, and of course ugly ass Bill's son did not like that, and he tried to redirect it and say it's absolutely, we need to be looking at Tommy Egan. And of course that's when Stacy is starting to catch on. She's like, hold on, little ugly ass nigga. At first you was talking about, we need to be looking at everybody. What changed, little ugly ass nigga? And he didn't have too much more to say because he didn't want to blow his cover. But next we get to Tommy and Diamond. They are now meeting with your boy Che. And of course, they delivered as promised, double the product. I think maybe even triple, possibly. I think he said triple, if I'm not mistaken, last episode, but they brought double. I don't know. Anyways, those glad niggas, they were able to move it on and, place it to Che, and Che obviously was very impressed. And they said they'll take double more. And he asked Miguel, did he want double? And Miguel was like, no, steady and slow, or something his glad said. He knew he could keep up. But Che was like, look, if you can't keep up with the pace, clearly Tommy can make up the slack, lad. Of course, Miguel didn't like that, so he told the homie to, hey, get your glass on the streets so we can push more product. But next we get to this little hoochie, the campaign hoochie, or whatever her name is. I don't know her name either. But she's basically getting on Stacy like, look, Claudia's death is not looking good. And if Ortega walk on your watch, you probably can kiss your campaign goodbye. So you need to do something. Anyway, though, next we get back to your boy Bobby, and he has now pulled over him and the ugly ass cop that I was telling y'all about this with him. Pulled over the what's-it-called homie, Miguel's homie. I forgot that ugly ass nigga's name too. Hey, I'll be calling the Twilight dude, because he's like somebody from one of the wolves from Twilight, y'all. So that's what we call him. Anyways, though, They basically forced him out of the car and found 5 bricks on him. So you know that boy is about to do some time. Unless, of course he got bailed out. Anyways, next, we get back to your boy Tommy. And Tommy is now, having a conversation with Diamond. And they basically was going over how pissed Miguel is and how close they are to pushing them off the bridge and stuff like that. Actually, I think this photo a little bit out of place, but hey, y'all little glad to understand. Next, though, you get back to your boy Miguel. He is now pissed that he just found out that his ugly ass homie got locked up and he has to come up with 500 G's just to bail him out. Plus, he still owed Che. So he was kind of having a one of those tantrums or something. The man was pissed off. Then that's when Maria saw the situation, like, look, ugly ass nigga, I don't understand what's going on with your business, but you always come on top. You ugly as hell. Remember that. And that's when Miguel calmed down a little bit. Next, we get to your boy Tommy, and he is having a blunt with your girl Shanti. And this kind of gives y'all, gives you one of those Tasha and Tommy situations. And it seemed like they were starting to become cool, but of course, we interrupted that program with UglyAzzNiggaHTV, who also like, the fuck is this? The ugly ass nigga doing here? He walked in like Craig on Friday at the Nest. Hell you doing in my kitchen? Eating a big ass sandwich and shit. But he was like, the hell you doing with my girl? Smoking a fat ass blunt and shit. Then, of course, he decided to go ahead and leave out. Tommy said, all right, I see this ugly ass nigga here. I'm a dip. So he dipped out. And then, Janai was like, what you doing over here with this ugly ass nigga? He was like, nothing. She was like, chill out, ugly ass nigga. I got, it's a method to my madness. Trying to get closer to Tommy so I can get to Che. And that's when Janai went ahead and revealed to her, hey, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of already had a meet with Diamond with Che. And she was pissed off, which is kind of rightfully so. I mean, I get the reason why Janai didn't want to take it, because he's not down with taking out his brother. It is what it is, and I don't blame him. And she should have understood that. But anyways, though, the fact is, he didn't tell her about the meet, and of course, she was absolutely pissed about it. Next, we get to your boy Vic the Snitch, and he's chilling with his girl and stuff like that. Then he's talking to her about how Claudia's now gone now. He was like, man, she was ugly as hell now, but I still loved her. And then he didn't even get to get some comfort before ugly ass Tommy came pushing himself in. And then next, but Vic was smart, he hurried up and handed Ray some money, like she was just a prostitute or something like that he was paying for a good time, just so that he knew if Tommy was to notice that that's his girl that he cared about, he would use that as leverage, and she would be a target. So it was smart of him to make it look like she just some little random hoochie. Anyways, though, he was talking with her, and then Vic started saying some stuff about what he doing, and that's when Tommy started talking wet to that boy. He was like, look, ugly ass nigga, you gonna do what I tell you. Don't you for a second think you running shit. Because remember, the first day I got here, I smashed your hoochie and broke your ugly ass friend hand in the same day. Don't you ever forget who's running shit. The boy wasn't playing with Vic. Anyways, next, he gets back home. He was cleaning his gun, and then he heard a phone vibrate. So he goes over and gets to the phone, and he noticed Maria has left her phone, and there's some little number calling. He called the number, and it is none other than Planned Parenthood. So then he knew what was up. Your girl Maria was preparing for an abortion. And of course, when she got back home, he approached her. He was like, damn, little glad nigga. I mean, I get it that you ain't want it, but you ain't have to just, not tell me, glad nigga. You could have talked about it to me about it. She was like, ugly ass nigga, I wanted to. I was so happy about it. But this is an ugly ass life that we live in. And we can't have a baby in this ugly ass shit. And you know, basically, Tommy let her know that, look, I'm down with you regardless of whatever you pick. And that's when she revealed, look, I didn't get rid of it. You know, I couldn't see myself getting rid of it because I always wanted a family and yada, 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 nothing too important. Next, we get to this hideous species known as Ortega. He is ugly as hell, letting Miguel know that Tommy Egan must die today. If not, you know, it's going to be you. He gave this nice little story about his ugly grandfather and how he was very respected, and when someone crossed him or whatever, he would always send them a gift before, and it was a Mexican passion flower and shit like that, and he would give them that to help with their sleep before they sleep eternally, basically. Anyways, next, UglyAzzNiggaHTV is now talking with Diamond, letting him know he has a play to get with the fatty, because now, you know, he to get the fentanyl direct line from the Chinese, because of course he had a little meet with Manny Fresh, and she let him know that she had a plug to get there. So he's making a pitch to Diamond to do it. At first, Diamond wasn't really feeling it because he knew Tommy wasn't down with pushing fentanyl, but of course, Jannar was able to convince and manipulate him into going ahead and saying yes, and this is the beginning of the end for the coalition with Tommy and Diamond. Anyways, though, next we get back to your girl Maria and Tommy. They having a good time eating and stuff like that, and then she broke the mood by letting him know that she needs Tommy to help Miguel because he is in deep shit due to him owing Che and having to pay $500K to get out one of his people. Of course, Tommy didn't want to do it at first, but women can be very persuasive, especially the ones that you actually love and care about. So she was able to convince this ugly ass nigga to help him. So he goes to Miguel, drops a load on him, and like, look, I'm doing it for Maria. Here, ugly ass nigga, that make you whole. And of course, Miguel didn't like that, but he had to go ahead and accept it because what other choices he had? His ugly ass was enjoyable. Next, though, we get to your girl, Stacy and Vic. They having a meetup. She's letting them know, look, she wanted him to do some kind of plan. Honestly, I kind of forgot, but that was interrupted by Tommy. He was trying to figure out, make sure no bullshit was happening behind his back, and he was good for him to do it because she absolutely was getting ready to plan something. But Tommy tells her, look, nigga, it's time for you to play ball. Now, he wants her to frame one of the Marquez members, one of the Ortegas, and she was like, she's not framing a innocent man, and Tommy let her know, look, it ain't no such thing as a non-hideous Ortega. All them ugly as hell. So she was saying no, and then she started trying to go at Vic, saying, I was going to do this and do that for you, and then that's when Vic just went off with, look, Hoochie, I'm fucking sick of this shit. Guess what? I killed my father, and I killed your ugly ass officer, and what the F you gonna do about it? Shit. Like, you gonna do what that ugly ass nigga across here telling you to do, or we gonna put your ass under the ground right along with the rest of them. It was something like that. But anyway, he finally dropped his balls and let her know, we sick of this shit. Next, we get to your boy D-Mac. My bad that he wasn't getting the action yet. We're supposed to be there, but anyways, you do feel me. Your boy D-Mac having a conversation with Genesis. Basically, she was a little upset that she wasn't, at first, that she wasn't, look like I think she lost some kind of scholarship for Spelman or whatever the fuck. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, my boy kept his cool. She came back over, and then you know what happened later on. He got them draws. That's really what's important. Anyways, next though, Tommy sent him a message saying, look, time to earn your stripes. Look, glad nigga, I need you to drop a scrap over in a spot for him. And then D-Mac ended up going inside, and he put the scrap where Tommy told him to, and snuck out the house. Almost got caught because some little ugly ass dog started barking, but he got away. Next, we get to your girl, Madam Wu. I want to say her name is. I can't remember your name. Look at that. You made a little bit of an impression, Madam Wu. She reminds me of an Asian version of Noma. She even had close to the same talking point, letting them know that it's gonna be consequences if they make any mistakes. But Diamond and Jannard, little glass, was like, nah, we good, we don't make no mistakes, yada yada yada, nothing too much. So they struck a deal. Next though, they went back and they were celebrating and stuff like that they were able to get it done. And then of course Smurf was like, it felt weird that Tommy wasn't there, and Diamond just started going ham, started whooping the man ass. And he went to recon him. I'm fucking tired of those niggas thinking they get to go against me. Y'all know he did it. But anyway, he told him, tired of you niggas second guessing me. Get over here before I kill him. Did some of the most terrible acting of the show. For certain, the most terrible acting of that episode. The worst acting of the episode. But anyways, next, your boy from Twilight, he is back. He is out. And he was like, damn, but glad nigga. I mean, I'm happy to be out, but how did you do it? We didn't have no money. And that's when Miguel went ahead and let her know, well, your boy Tommy Glad came and gave it to him. And he was like, damn, I thought we was getting ready to smoke that Glad nigga. He was like, no, we still are. And we get to keep the money. So, win-win for the ugly ass niggas, so he thought. But next, we end up going back to your boy Vic. They showed up, scrapped, and they shot up the albinos, tore their ass up, even made one nigga put his teeth on the bar and broke his teeth out. They went ham on them ugly ass niggas up in there. And basically, they made a statement letting them know they need to leave their territory. Y'all let me know. Y'all think them ugly ass niggas leaving or not? Next, we get to your girl Stacy and this little hoochie there. They raiding the spot, basically going and doing the search warrant on the ugly ass Ortega dude, and of course they found the gun there and made an arrest. Next, we get to your boy Jannard. He tried to buy your girl Shanti a necklace, trying to win it back over because of what he did, but she like, nah, little ugly ass nigga, this don't mean nothing. I'ma need a little bit more time. So basically, she definitely ain't feeling this ugly ass nigga right now. But next, we go ahead and get to your girl Maria. She is sitting in the middle of two ugly ass niggas, Tommy and Miguel, both being ugly as hell. And she was like, all right, enough of this little ugly ass shit. Look, Miguel, I'm gonna need you to be Tommy's protector. And Tommy's like, I don't need no protector. I'm ugly as hell. And that she told Miguel started laughing, but she like, if you want to be our baby's Tio. Now, for my Spanish speakers, y'all let me know what that is, but I would assume that would be like the godfather or possibly the uncle in Spanish. I don't know. Y'all let me know exactly, because I don't really know. And I haven't looked it up. Anyways, though, after Miguel found that out, he then started rethinking some things. He was like, damn, this ugly ass nigga family now. And he remembered that he had set it up that this little ugly ass nigga here was planning to take out Tommy at a certain time. But, he went ahead and asked Tommy to stay to make sure he didn't go to this next destination, because he knew death was around the corner for his ugly ass. So with that, he went ahead and prevented Tommy's death. So Tommy obviously ended up not showing up. It was your boy. It ended up being your boy Bones showing up. And that's when the hitter later, returned texted Ortega and was like Tommy was a no-show, and of course after that Ortega responded back, then Miguel dies, and of course he sent him the flower indicating your death is coming. So pretty much that's all I got for you ugly ass niggas in this particular video. Definitely let me know what y'all thinking about the overall of this video. Of this episode. What would you rate it? What did you think of it? Make your predictions for the next episode, things of that nature. But like usual, if you're cool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment. Let me know what you're thinking, but most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly ass friends. But until the next video, I'm out.